day 17 of teaching you how to stop being a total noob and actually make money from the Forex markets. Today is a special one. Now, if you've been watching these bootcamp videos and you've probably been like, yo, MC, I'm all over the place, man. I've got no idea what to do with what I learned, okay? And I did that with a purpose. I structured the content with a purpose like that. So day 17, everything hopefully starts to come together. I'm going to share a drive with you guys. I'm going to start it off right away. No run today. I'm just excited to show it to you all because I've seen the drastic improvement that this has made across the world with hundreds of my students, thousands of my students. So at the end of the day, this is for your benefit. So guys, hopefully you guys are sitting in a quiet place right now. You guys got a pen, got a notebook. And as mentioned, I'm going to drop a file down in the description for you guys to follow along. I jump-started it with you. I wrote down all the key notes for you guys so that you can continue. And I'm passing on the torch so you guys can continue with this. Now, as mentioned, everything might seem all over the place. You know about false break reversal, you know about a red setup there, you know about a green setup there, you know about exhaustion zones, equilibriums. My friend, no need to worry any longer. I got you. So, introducing your file for the day or the up and coming week. And I'm going to quickly run through it. So, in chapter 1, I talk about discussing everything we went through. Now, in chapter 1, I like to always use my explanations, and I'm definitely no creative artist by any means. I'm a trader and I'm an educator. That's what I am. I'm no means a creative artist, but I like to always simplify things in my trading journey because, of course, man, it can seem quite overwhelming. You're hearing about this topic, you're hearing about this topic. We're numbing things down on purpose by watching TikTok videos, bunch of YouTube videos, just a bunch of nonsense. All you need is the Telegram group, Discord group, and then watching me on YouTube. That's all you need, fam. I need you to go ghost, come back a beast, and lock in. Don't confuse yourself with any other bullshit out there, okay? If you don't like my voice, if you don't like my mask, if you don't like anything about me, I don't care. I'm out here to help you. And this is my approach right now. I've explained the topics as a whole. We jump through the charts. But right now, we're getting to the crux of things, right? We're jumping practically into what I like to call the MadCharts house. So the MadCharts trading house is basically your house as well. Let me try my best. I'm no creative artist, but let me give about 80%, okay? So we all got our house, right? We got our foundation, we got our roof, we got our floor, and then we got the side skirts. Now, at the end of the day, you need to realize as well that, let's try this thing. You got your roof, and now that you got your roof, you also, let's draw a door right here, okay? I'm really trying my best, bro, but I mean, this is not too shabby. At the end of the day, this is just to simplify things. And by simplifying things, you get a better understanding of where what comes because it might be all over the place. So let's get into the notes. The false break reversal is your neighborhood, okay? The false break reversal, pretty clean, pretty simple. It's your neighborhood, like the driveway, the kids playing in the driveway, the road. That's pretty much how you mark out the weekly high and low. The stop signs, everything inside of the stop signs, that's everything going on outside of your yard, okay? That's the first thing I need you to do is draw the previous weekly high, previous weekly low when you get onto the charts. The first thing you observe is the neighborhood, okay? Second thing that you observe is what's going on outside of the house, okay? So you have your red setup day and your green setup day. That's it. Nothing else. You have a red setup day and your green setup day. That's what's going on outside of your house. And I explain the red setup day, explain the green setup day. But what I like you to take note of when you look at outside of the house, when you look at the roof, when you look at the floor, is I need you to draw up your daily levels as well. But I didn't put that in notes because that's going to be obvious. I mean, you would not be able to see if it's a red setup day or a green setup day without drawing your daily levels. So that's very, very important. Now, when you open the door and you get inside, you will notice what's going on inside of the house. So you will see the rooms, you will see maybe you've got a different color ceiling, you'll see the floor, you've got nice tiles in the floor. Now, you can go ahead and picture things in your own way, such as you'd like to picture your own house. And that's the best way that I learn, is by creating a picture for myself, creating, I wouldn't say it's distractions, but I like to associate things with something else. And that's just the way I learn. If you guys are learning practical, such as I do, then this will definitely help you. So what's going on inside of the house is your session high and session lows. I need you to focus on Asia session and London session. Maybe Asia session can be your kitchen, London session can be your I don't know, your TV room, guys. You can have fun with this, play around with this, and I know it might sound silly to some of you. At the end of the day, your bank account won't think it's silly, because you need to comprehend first what I'm teaching you. Create it fun, folks. Steer away from the direction that the industry is currently in. I'm trying my best to make the industry beautiful, but right now, steer away from all that and let's go our own direction, okay? And we're not becoming architects, we're becoming traders, but we're simplifying things. So then at point number 5, we like to talk about the furniture. What's going on inside of the house, okay? You've already seen the outside, the neighborhood, the kids are playing, but on the inside, we look at the furniture. Now, the furniture is the equilibrium and then the daily range. You've already got your daily levels, you've already got your Asia session high and low, and now you've got your furniture. Now, this might be a topic up for discussion, but I firmly believe that I love doing gardening work. We haven't even touched the garden. But furniture makes a house, in my opinion. Okay, if you've got good taste for furniture, I mean, you can live in a terrible house, but if you've got good taste for furniture, you will up the look of the house by, let's say, 50% already. Okay, so that goes hand in hand with the equilibrium. That creates your bias. That's how you look at structure. So you look at the structure of the house, the outside and the inside. But then when you want to really just get your bias, you look at the furniture. And then it all comes together, and I teach you how to read this document. I don't really want to get into that. But furthermore, I showed you some examples of the charts that I look at, and then I just hit you guys with some motivational talk. But at the end of the day, I need you to understand the framework. So it's framework number 1, framework number 2, framework number 3. Framework number 1 is understanding the structure. Framework number 2 is understanding getting your daily bias. But then we get to framework number 3, and I really got the idea recently when somebody asked me, what's the difference between confirmation and confluence? And it's fairly simple. So basically, the best way that I can explain this is by confluence is the reason or the quality of the trade. For example, you see the prices at an equilibrium. Let me go to US 30. So I saw equilibrium being tested and I saw an exhaustion zone being tested. Okay, that was my confluence. That was determining the quality of the trade. Furthermore, when you get your confirmation, we're at number 3 right now. When you get your confirmation, you will then look at maybe a bearish engulfing or a bullish engulfing, or you look at a break-off structure, or maybe you use an indicator. That's why I put this up here. You maybe use a volume indicator. You maybe use whatever it is that you use. That's your confirmation. Your confirmation goes hand in hand with your confluence. You cannot have confirmation without having confluence. So as I already mentioned, I like to look at 9. Okay, I like it to look at 9 confluence factors. It might seem a lot, it might seem a little. My reasoning behind that is I saw a lot of traders make the same mistake, such as they're looking at a support zone and an order block. Okay, it does the same thing. It's a horizontal line. Okay, your goal is to look at price. So you need to ask yourself, okay, at a certain price, what's my horizontal level? I call this my baseline. So you get your baseline. That's like the confluence that you have. Then another confluence might be we have a red setup day. That's confluence number 2. Confluence number 3 might be we have, I don't know, break below Asia session. That way you're building your thesis, and they go hand in hand with your furniture in the house, because equilibrium and exhaustion zones, they are also your furniture. So your furniture is your confluence factors. Okay, so that's your 3-step framework that I need you guys to follow, and it's very simple. I didn't want to put it in a document once again, because I need you guys to do your own due diligence. And I can only take you to the water, friends. I can only take you to the water. I cannot force you to drink. And I already explained this. Once you guys see the beauty and the possibility that this trading thing can do, you would not want to do anything else but freaking just get to work. So this is your framework, folks. I just handed it to you on a silver platter. Follow this, but before you do that, just hear me out real quick. I like to explain it in a 4-step approach. Now, I can already know a lot of you won't do this. Only the very few will do this, and the very few that do this, they will message me probably in 2 months telling me, hey MC, I got a massive day, and I'll tell you guys, sick, that's what's up. But I like to call this a 4-step. This is how you generate an idea. We already discussed the 3-step framework, but now this is completely different. This is something that I created, I would say, about 4 years ago. I'm not trying to take credit for it. I created it. No, I'm not up for that bullshit. It just came to mind, and because I like to create a step-by-step approach. It's just how I am as a person. When I wake up, I need to do A, B, and C before I can go to my lower floor at my house, put on my shoes, and go to gym. When I come back to gym, I need to do C, D, E, and F before I can continue with my day. That's just how my mind works, and I'm trying to let you guys see the same thing. That's probably what has made me so successful in trading. Thank you to the man upstairs, but it's also the fact that I follow systems as like tooth and nail, man. And like, I will not follow anything else. I follow systems to the T, so I'm going to teach you today how to do that. So step number 1 is I need you to do some data collection. If you don't know what it is, don't worry guys, I got you. That's the file I recently shared. That's what you're going to do in step number 1. You're going to do your data collection. You're going to collect, hey, I saw this happen on the 23rd of July. Maybe I need to start to look at Asia session. Okay, no, I don't like trading Asia session because I like to sleep late. So maybe I'm going to trade London session. I need you to be brutally honest with yourself. The way I set up my data collection is I set it up for my son. I wrote down my strategy step by step, like I did not miss any detail out, exactly like I showed you in the file that I shared. And then I shared some examples. Now in the examples, it's exactly step by step my thought process. I tried out trend lines, I tried out indicators, I tried out everything, and then I literally wrote to myself, okay, this doesn't work, this works, this doesn't work. So data collection, I mean, my file right now is I think on 7,000 pages, and I have a few of them. I'm not trying to scare you off. It's what I generated over the years. I don't want to use the word journal because journal is point number 2. So journal at point number 2 is completely different to what the industry tells you. So the industry tells you that you need to journal down which trades you took so that you can learn from them. And I don't want to go that route. What I want to talk about today with point number 2, journaling. Now, this is where point number 1 and point number 2 comes hand in hand. We call this machine learning. I'm basically forcing you to get rid of too many emotions, but to back your emotions by statistical data. So at point number 2, journaling, you include your emotions. For example, this week is my son's birthday, so I don't feel like trading. Or I had a bad 2 nights at work. I don't feel like trading London session. That then goes hand in hand with what you wrote at point number 1, and then that brings me to point number 3. I basically need you to use point number 2, your journaling, like you're a little girl who uses her diary. No offense if you're a grown-ass man who still uses a diary. Let's carry on with this video. Anyways, point number 3, I want to call this your trade plan. Now, point number 3 with your trade plan, you're now going to take point number 1 and point number 2, force it into trade plan. I need this to be roughly about 20 pages, nothing more. This is where you wrote down, and this is going to look something like this. I don't like trading Asia session because I like my sleep. So then I will also not trade USD JPY because JPY is part of Asia session. So there's your first clue in your trade plan. You know now you're not going to trade USD JPY, but then this is how broad you can go, folks. You can then just use it another way. You can say, I noticed that we break Asia session in NY session first hour with gold. So I am using Asia session for my bias. because it gives me time to reflect. You can be brutally honest with yourself in a trade plan, okay? And I need you to do that. I need you to be brutally honest with yourself. So, cutting it very short and sweet because I really want you guys to be focused, and then afterwards just jump into the pudding, man. Point number 4 is your trading plan. Now with your trading plan, here are the rules. I hope you guys are paying attention. Trading plan should not be more than 1 page. Okay? Trading plan should not be more than 1 page. And I need you to be very official with this, man. I need you to really, you write down MC. Don't say MC, my name's MC, okay? I'm me, you. You write your name. MC's trading plan. And then I need you to add 2 pictures of what you really want in life. For me, back in the day, it was a car. This is a car, okay? I don't want you guys tagging me in shit and saying that this is not a car. It's a car. And then you can say, a happy family. These are people. They are happy. Be happy with them. That's my people. So on my trading plan, I then write down point number 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 15 points. And now at your trading plan, you write down, I only trade NY session. Then at point number 2, you can say, I only trade gold and US 30. Point number 3, I don't trade during fundamentals. You need to be very strict with these rules, okay? It's rules that you set up for yourself. What you do then, you print that out, you laminate it, and then you put it next to you. You have it with you at all times. I'm not going to call this your trading Bible because there's only one Bible, but you keep this with you, man. When you go to bed, when you brush your teeth, when you go to the gym, you keep this thing with you, okay? Because that's who you are as a trader. That's not something you made up and just downloaded from the internet. That's why I cannot give my trading plan to you, okay? You need to create your own one, and you need to be personal with it, because if you backtrack it, you got your trading plan from step number 3, which is from your trade plan. You got it from journaling, which is your emotions, and then you got it from data collection, which is numbers, it's data, it's statistical data. So you cannot argue with that. It's something that works from numbers, mixed with your emotions, mixed with those 2 together. So at the end of the day, folks, I really hope that this gives you guys the edge, and make it personal, folks. Make it fun and make it enjoyable, because at the end of the day, I'm doing this to help you. And like I mentioned a lot of times, I'm trying my best to help you, but I cannot do that if you do not put in your own time. And at the end of the day, all of these things might be funny, I mean the cars, the houses, but I do this because I try to be 100% different from the industry. If I see nobody journaling, I go and journal, but I take it a step further by adding my 4-step approach. If I see nobody focusing on risk management, I'm going to be that one dude that focuses on risk management. If I see nobody trading the MadCharts, which nobody does if you're not in the community, I'm going to trade the MadCharts. I'm going to create the MadCharts and teach it to my members. So I really need you guys to put in the time. I have massive love for you guys. I'm doing this only to help you. I know there's a lot of work that's lining up for you guys, but at the end of the day, it can only create a better future for you. So make me proud. I love you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video.